When I had no PC and I still had an Xbox One, one of the gems I found on that console, even though it wasn't exclusive, was the Final Station by the developers Do My Best. It was a 2D roller with a shooter mechanic with it, and also some sim management pieces thrown in together in the game, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm very happy that they are doing a brand new idea with the game I'm talking about today, the BookWalker Thief of Tale. Now, I had no idea what this game was going to be, and I wasn't really paying attention to it because the last time I saw it was during an E3 trailer, I believe, maybe last year or this year, and I kind of forgot about it until it released immediately on Game Pass about 2 weeks after E3, and I played through the entire game, and all I have to say is for the first time, I have played a game where you point and click to move, which I've always been against for some odd reason, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience. I have to say that the story that this tells is so unique that I want a sequel to this game, but at the same time, I would be fine if the developers did something drastically different, like the difference between their past two games. The BookWalker is a puzzle game, it's an RPG game, it's a game with actual choices that do matter, and all I have to say is that the reason I wanted to play this game is because of this. The fact that I saw that this game is doing first person and third person, or was it fourth person? I forget the correct term for it, but an isometric view of the game, kind of like Disco Elysium does, was something that I've never seen ever. I've never seen this concept, and they pulled it off fantastic. The idea of you being a writer who did some horrendous crime, and because of that, your prison is having shackles where you can't write anymore as a writer, and then trying to find a way to get rid of your shackles, you decide to go into books and take artifacts from these books to sell in some type of market, some type of black market. It's very vague, but it is some type of black market, and the idea is so good because you can change the environment, the settings, the characters drastically without it feeling jarring as you have to go from one book to the other. And some of these ideas in these books are fantastic. It makes you want to feel like, it makes you want the books to maybe even have like a TV show or something, because the ideas are just so interesting and cool. And so with the BookWalker, the only criticism I have is that when you walk, you click, right? And basically you stay to one point and then you go to the other. But the problem is that you will start running very far away, and then right about 75, it gets really slow and your character starts walking like 4 feet to the door. That was very annoying. And because I haven't really played games like this where you click to move, other than, I don't know, maybe Lost Ark, and I immediately just filled my mood. I didn't want to play it, but I wanted to give this a shot because I really did like the Final Station. And that's the only criticism I have really about the game. It's just that. I also like that the game autosaves constantly with your choices, which a lot of people dislike, or they'll try to find a way around it, which I bet you can. But the fact that my choices are like, nope, you do this choice and you run with it, made it so that I could not min-max. And at the end of the day, it also kind of felt more rewarding that I was able to get a version of the game that was something I couldn't go back on, because I usually do that in a lot of games. And in this one, you cannot do that. The RPG system is pretty simple. There's like a stun, a shield, an attack that, you know, hits everything, or draining, which is basically siphoning ink out of your enemies to use all your other abilities. Kind of like a mana bar, but you have to sap the mana. But in this one, it's ink, right? Because it's BookWalker, you're a writer, etc. It makes sense in the world. And so with that, I enjoyed the music, I enjoyed the gameplay. It was surprisingly long. People said it'd be about 5 hours, but I got like 7-8 hours. But then again, I try to like comb through certain places, and I think I got stuck on one puzzle. So I think it's kind of a big varying on. It's going to be 5 to maybe 7 hours for you. If you are experienced, it'll probably be shorter. I was not in these types of games, so it was longer. I'm going to have to give this a 9.5 out of 10. The game was very enjoyable. My only criticism was just the walking. Like, I wish there was just an ability where you could just run, like a toggle or something, where you just run immediately, or you would start walking like at the end, or just run and open the door immediately and not just have the slow walk right when you're about to get the object, which just makes everything longer in the end of playing the game from my experience. But hope you play this game. I hope you sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.